Welcome, one and all, to a react of the current record holding speedrun for the any percent glitchless category of Lucid Dream's upcoming game, Biomorph. I've played this demo, the demo that they released not too long ago, extensively, and I have concocted quite a fun little route here to showcase the whole breadth of the game, the content, and not only that, how tight and intuitive the controls of the game feels. So, without further ado, let's go straight into that, and I'll comment as we go. Just So that clip, that clip was recorded some time ago. Uh, I'm gonna talk on top of it because at the time the mic didn't work, sadly. So it's almost, the end result is almost better this way. So this, we skip. As soon as we get into the game, we skip. You can't skip automatically. You can skip the dialogues by pressing the O button, but it's not automatic. And there's sections I'll show you, but there's sections where you have to wait for the prompt. Here, it's the only place in the demo where you can double slide without being on cooldown. As you can see, we're sliding on a rhythm. It's it's something basically that's across the whole demo except when we enter that area. So we got the attack, the first attack of the game. And we're sliding through. Here, it's gonna be very tight. See, we're sliding, coming up above that mob, and tight jump and slide back. And here, cutscene, you cannot pre-skip. So and you cannot pre-skip the dialogue. So basically, as soon as it pops up, you need to press the skip. So you need to be quick about it. Now there's a little bit of a flashback sequence. This dialogue cannot be skipped through the skip button. It's easier to skip manually. This dialogue also uh, can only be skipped once it appears. You cannot pre-press the button, otherwise you're gonna be locked. So now that this sequence is done, we're coming back. We're getting imprisoned. A little bit easier here to jump above the prison. Not easier, but quicker. And that can be done in 2 punches to jump above. But sadly, this time we didn't get it. And this little area here that we just saw. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, this was not. This was not the best, but it was okay. It was adequate. The little area that we were just into before, we can shave maybe a second and a half, by instead of punching down, just landing and punching straight. The area of effect is going to hit. So that's a trick that I figured out later. Now we're getting our first morph. We skipped the dialogue, well, the tutorial, and we snapped into the morph. Try to get out as quick as possible. Here, usually you have to get a morph of a mob that's a puncher. It's a guy that punches, but by punching the block instead, it's never going to destroy it with by punching with your main character with Harlow. You're never going to destroy it, but at least you can climb it. It sends you up, it sends you back basically, so you can get above. Now here we absolutely need a morph because there's a block that's you can't see it very well, but there's a block that's that's blocking the passageway to the safe. And yeah, so basically we had to get that mob, that morph. Sadly, we got hit once. Not the best. Here, I found a way of doing it more smoothly. But you'll see this run is so tight. This was pretty damn tight. This run is so tight in terms of time that basically it would be very hard to do uh, a better run than what's already been done. Now, as you can see here, we stay into that morph, into that beast, because the DPS is extremely high, and we can straight up punch and avoid the whole mechanic. You can straight up punch. In that last sequence, as you'll see, there was yeah, there was it was always on a six punch cooldown to crack the egg or the eye, depending on how you see it. I see it as an egg. So to crack the egg, you need six punches, and it opens up for four punches. But during the last sequence of punching, it opens up for three punches, and it takes eight to re-crack it. So basically, if you're not fast enough, the egg is gonna go up here, and you're going and shoot a beam, and you're going to lose like it did. It's gonna shoot a beam up there like it did right here that I absorbed, but it's gonna come up, shoot, and you're gonna be stuck waiting, 5 6 seconds for it to come back down and crack it open. So you need to be quick about it to make sure that it doesn't escape your grasp, and you finish it with the last three strikes that's left to place. There. So we're getting the second attack, which is a gun, and we're skipping. As you see, I jumped, just a quick jump because I pre-pressed the skip button to skip the cutscene. That cutscene can be skipped. Well, the cooldown for the skip starts immediately when the cutscene begins. So if you pre-press it, you gain a considerable amount of time. So here we're skipping the dialogue. Here we're in Blightmoor, the city of the game, the main hub basically, and it's a very impressive vista. It's very fun. Look at the art. Oh, and by the way, have you seen the? I skipped it, but the cutscenes in the game, wow, they're really well intertwined into the gameplay, and it creates really a rich story-driven narrative. It's really good. Now here we're basically skipping all the content. That's part of what speedrunning is. We're cutting it down to the essential. So we're going straight for the engineer Boyd. So Boyd asks us to go and grab a wrench for him. So we're going to go. We're gonna do just that. So here we're in the Mezzo Skyway, and we're sliding and gliding, and we're trying to make the best time. So here you got to get to the platform before it comes back up, or you're wasting time. We're gonna use the bees to propel ourselves to that platform to be as quick as possible into the room. Here it kind of doesn't matter how quick you are, as long as you basically don't wait, because the spawns are going to spawn. They're on a determined sequence cooldown. They're going to spawn, all of them, regardless. Here we get propelled by the beam, so a little bit of a time save. So we take the hit to get a little bit of a prop propeller effect. So we're sliding back. We're gonna go and talk to Boyd again. Now that we have his wrench, we're going to give it to him. He's gonna give us a plan to build his workshop. So now we need to go to the city office, which is right there. Now there's somebody in there, and we're going to build Boyd's workshop, and we're coming back. So these are must-dos in order to be able to progress to the end of the demo. There's no way to skip that, as far as I know. So now we get the save kit. The save kit's very fun mechanic here. The save kits allows you to upgrade a save point, which basically becomes a teleport. So Void gives you 15, save kits to upgrade upcoming save points to make them become teleports, which is very, very fun. Void's going to talk to us again, and he's going to give us the third attack, which is the Mecha Crash. So now we quickly go into the menu. As you see, there's a lot of stuff in here, and I can't wait for the full game to be available. There seems to be a lot of good, interesting toys that we're gonna be able to play with. So now, what I've done, I've gotten into the menu because you can only switch chips and attacks and weapons inside of the menu at a save point. So now that I'm at a save, I quickly um, put on the gun attack that we received after cracking up the first boss. I didn't put in the Mecha Crash because we're not gonna use that for the end boss. We only use the gun and the punch, and being in the menu longer would be a little bit of a waste of time. So we're being as quick and efficient as possible. Here, a little trick that we learn through the lore of the game is that, as you see, I'm teleporting to another zone. It's a zone that we haven't encountered yet, but it's a zone where the teleport is already upgraded and it's always available. So that's uh that's a fun thing to discover. We're basically skipping the whole Meso Skyway, the whole first portion, and we're going like a few rooms to the east, which is gonna get us much closer to the end of the demo. So here we're porting. We're going. So here, usually I'm gonna pause, and as you can see, the controls are extremely snappy. It's not on auto target. This is what I intended to do, and the controls are tight, they're quick, they're responsive. I really enjoy what this game allows you to do with its control scheme. It's very tight, very fun. So basically, usually, what you would need to proceed forward, you would need a morph of a beast that throws a ball that comes back like a boomerang. So you would basically get that higher here in the level in that area. You would get hit. You would get it, morph into it, come back down here, and do his attack. His attack would activate the switch, and then you can morph out if you want, do whatever you want. But lucky enough, for the sake of the demo, shooting at it with the gun works. Any projectile works. So you can just straight up shoot at it. You can skip the whole having to go back, get the morph, come down. So we're saving a tremendous amount of time here. There you go. So here we're gonna catch the platform coming back to propel ourselves. We don't have to wait for it to come back. Now again, we're shooting that little lever. Oh, let me just come back a quick second. That's that's the beast. That's the beast. See that ball here? That's the beast that throws the boomerang ball. So that's the one we would have needed higher, but we shot at the lever instead. Beautiful art, by the way. The animations are stellar. Really beautiful 2D platformers. So here we're waiting for that little beetle kind of beast. But we're pre-firing it with the gun. So basically, usually you'd wait for it to come here and then you'd attack it and whatnot. But when you kill a beast, it's already predetermined where the body of the beast is going to be landing. So just to ensure that you always have access to the morph that you fought for. So we know that by killing this beast, wherever you kill it on the strip here, You cannot actually walk on the strip with a Harlow. You need to have the morph because that's kind of a copter, a copter beetle that hovers above spikes and whatnot, spikes and traps. But yeah, so basically we're pre-firing it because we know that by killing it, the bodies can land pretty much here where we already stand. There you go. So we're gliding over. The beetle doesn't hover above this, and as you can see now here, uh, if you what I found out is that if you land on one of the two platforms right here to the left, when you touch the electric ground, it's going to propel you forward and not backward. But in this instance, since I didn't manage to touch one of the two platforms before falling into the pit, it propelled me twice backwards. I was not happy about that. I was not a happy camper here. But it's okay. So here we're dodging through the attack. Again, here we're dodging through the enemy. So as you can see, very tight controls. I cannot rave enough about the controls. They're really solid. And the jumps are responsive, and you can see it's not floaty. It's very predictive. Where you intend to go, you will go. If you control your controller adequately, if you're good with controls, you'll go where you want to go. That's a 1-to-1. So here, a little neat trick I'm gonna show you that I developed. We're sliding down here. So we get here just to showcase how responsive the controls are. See, I start to fall down. I know there's a beast here, and that beast throws a beam right there. It's going to not block our path, but we're gonna get hit if we don't take care of that beast, and we don't want to go all the way to the right because that's lost time. So what we do instead, as we come down, and I'm gonna go back up a quick second, we snipe it quickly, efficiently, and so we don't take a hit. It doesn't slow down our descent, and we don't lose time basically. So it's that good. That's I cannot emphasize enough how good it feels in your hands to play the main character. And the attacks are very well thought out and very responsive in that sense. So again, we're just gonna go back because I really love that little snipe. Boop, done. All right, and we're going to the boss. So here, well, I want to go back just to show you because since I'm skipping most of the content, this is a map. Basically, that's where you go to discover. You download the data of the area, and you get the whole map of basically the whole survey of the land without having yet gone to the to said areas. And I want to show you here on the mini map. On the mini map, when you see a blue square or rectangle, whatever, a blue zone, it means that you still have things to do in there, things to collect, morphs to morph into, whatnot. Basically, there's something left to do in there. If it's golden, it's done. There's nothing else to do. You've gotten it all. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to search or look. You can just move ahead with your day. So here, obviously, we're not downloading the map. We don't need it. The boss is right here. There you go. So Gorgurzer. So little fun trick. As you'll see, yeah, after shouting, he starts to throw bodies. So he's gonna throw bodies and do other attacks, but by basically jumping on top, we can start dealing damage without having to worry about stopping to dodge or whatnot. So basically, it's a it's a highway to damage right there. So as soon as we're able to inflict damage, we're alternating between punches and gunshots. Now see, I had 30 bullets. I have none anymore. So now I can only punch. I'm out of bullets. So I'm gonna have to go down. There. Gonna have to come down. And we're gonna finish it by hand. There you go. Now, I'm just going crazy here. You can't see it. My camera's above the camera, but just so you know. Um yeah, here something very neat is that, and I'm gonna play the sound back, the sound cue just to show you. But basically the boss has a couple attack patterns. First, he's gonna throw bodies, then he's gonna do a 3-hit combo, and then he's gonna come here to this side, do the same thing. But if you damage him for about a little under 50% of his health, it's either 50 or a little bit under 50, you hear a sound cue. You hear that, and that sound cue means that next time when he's done throwing the bodies, he's not going to do his 3-hit combo. He's gonna jump into the roof. You're gonna lose him for maybe 7, 8 seconds, and he's gonna basically throw down bodies at you from the top. It's gonna make him rain. So there's a huge time loss here if you don't manage to sequence break the boss, which is extremely hard to do. That is why it's going to be mostly hard to do a better time. There's a few time saves that I've shown you that I know of that are a little bit better, but this in itself is quite the feat. So much so that it's gonna be hard to go under 10 because this is going to be a 10:04 run. But yeah, just to show you the sound, I'm gonna go here. Second, won't be long. There, there. That that signifies that next time he has the opportunity, he's gonna jump. He's gonna get out of your sight. So you need to finish this quick now, which is basically what we're going to do. There you go. So fun little run that we concocted. Uh, as you can see, 10:04. Now the video in itself is 9:40, and there's a little bit of a prelude and then a few seconds after. So obviously the run was under in real time. It was under 10. My guess here is that when we skip a cutscene, the game knows how long the cutscene is, and that time is automatically added to the timer. That's my thought on it, but I'm not sure about that. We'll know more when the game comes out, which is March 4th, by the way, a little bit less than a month now. So yeah. So there you go. So very fun game, very fun run. Uh, it's not a time waster. It was you can wrap it all up in a little bit under 10 and in the best circumstances. As you can see, the game is so tight in its control scheme, and the art is very beautiful in a dystopian alternate world. A lot of stuff. Um, wow, I'm recording a wow. Wow. Well, I'm sorry about that, folks. Yep, somebody is doing whatever he's doing on OBS. Well, well, I'm sorry. That being said, very fun game. I cannot rave enough about it. It's so well made. The art, the cutscenes, beautiful stuff. Very well animated, which adds to the way the game controls itself. The timing of the frames, all of that, so good. so tight. The mechanics. I mean, if it's not on your radar, it should be. It will. It is on mine. We're playing this game day one. That's for sure. So by all means, please do check it out. It's a very fun title, and right now in the current landscape of games coming this year, there is nothing like it. It's a very, very well made, well crafted Metroidvania. Uh, don't skip it. Don't sleep on this. It's gonna be a good one. So that's it for me. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day.